I'd like to pose a question to all of you. Can we quantify the value of hope? A good place to start would be by setting a definition for the word hope. Webster's dictionary defines hope as a desire accompanied by expectation of or belief in fulfillment, or expectation of fulfillment or success. Your initial reaction to what I'm asking you may be, what are you even talking about? Hope is an idea, it can't be bought and sold like an Amazon product. And to that I say, look at every facet of society. In particular, look at the businesses that you work with. There's a few that should stand out to you. Banks, the games industry, financial courses, dating apps, etc. I hope that not all of you have bought into the financial courses and premium dating apps. But if you've fallen for it, I get it. They all sold you hope. They all sold hope to people who are feeling hopeless, or who have significantly less hope than they should have in life. I first got to thinking about this topic after I heard Asmongold say a quote that I, for whatever reason, took to heart. I think this Gandalf Ringkeeper Gremlin Lord might just be someone I want to vote for to be president of the country one day. I would also vote for Brett Cooper. Shout out to Brett Cooper. But anyway, he said,
the kind of people that get influenced by that are stupid. And again, if you want a stupid person to give you their money, sell them hope. For stupid and desperate people, that is the most fucking finite resource in their life. Sell them hope, take advantage of them, and they'll give you all of their money.
This one trick is being used in every level of modern society. Let's start with how the banks use this. I myself have worked for 2 different banking institutions, and I've noticed by working at these 2 institutions that they all often follow the same practice. Release a new type of account that will temporarily grant the customer a special interest rate, and only tell the customer if the customer asks us that the interest rate they're getting is actually a variable rate, meaning it can change. To those of you, or to those in general who don't pay attention, the bank is playing on the idea that all people who walk into the bank need to walk out with life-changing realizations. In banking terms, you find the customers who are going through life moments, i.e., weddings, childbirth, buying a house, a car, a college graduation, whatever it may be, whatever you would classify yourself as a quote-unquote life moment, and you educate those people on the banking products that may quote-unquote help. Highly quote-unquote on the help there. Anyway, that may help in their situation. And most people who come to the bank know what they want when they walk into the bank. I'd argue as well that most of the time it's on a transactional basis. Deposits, withdrawals, transfers. And depending on the banker you're stuck with, we're all trained to keep customers in the bank longer than you need to be in for. Most customers who come in for transactions. What our job is to do, our job being a banker's job, is to talk you up, make you feel vulnerable, and essentially prey on your vulnerabilities by giving you solutions through banking products and by showing you how these bank products will quote-unquote help in whatever the situation is that you're going through. For example, hi Mr. Customer, how are you? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope that funeral was okay. How did your kids take the news? Well, Mr. Customer, I know that your wife just died yesterday, but we actually have this brand new account that will automatically pay your bills for you in the event that you die as well. I'm exaggerating. I'm exaggerating the example, but the reality is that's kinda how it feels to be a banker. We are no different than any other salesperson, and the institutions we work for act like this is a benefit to the customers who come in. In my job description, I don't sell anything. I educate customers on products very convincingly, and I quote-unquote help people. I feel a lot of these practices are extremely predatory and take advantage of vulnerable people through the guise of financial improvement. The thing is too that I do take my job seriously, because at the very least you can think of me as an industry plant. I'm an average person, just like all the rest of us, hopefully saving some of us from making terrible decisions. I can choose how I educate the customers who walk in and day out. I personally warn customers of the pitfalls in credit, how all savings accounts are variable rates, how much potential penalties are for breaking CDs before you even get into the CD. And it's not like schools will teach you about any of this shit either, unless you're in a college or higher. So I think it's good that I can at least do some good by warning people, more or less. I'm able to get away with this because ultimately I do also get sales, credit cards, accounts opened, referrals, etc. I guess in layman's terms, if the bank is going to do it anyway, at least I can be a part of it, but work for the people and not for the bank. And essentially warn all of you as well who are listening to this. And the thing is that banks are not the only business that practices selling hope. In your opinion, what do you think is the biggest seller of hope, or who do you think is the biggest seller of hope? What I believe to be the answer is lottery companies. I'd argue that the value of hope is just $1 or $2. Why? Because that's how much a lottery ticket costs. The catch is that it's $2 at a time, and if you keep buying hope, it adds up to a significantly higher dollar amount. In other words, you are being legally robbed. I could do my own research into this, but I'm not fully locked in enough, so someone let me know. How much do these lottery companies generate in revenue on a yearly basis? I bet you the answer is a lot, but how much are we talking? I'd estimate 50 billion, but I could definitely be off. Someone let me know. In your opinion, what do you think is the worst type of company that sells hope? Is it the companies that prey on your financial vulnerabilities? What about the ones who test your luck through gambling? Maybe higher education? What about dating apps? In my opinion, there can't be a worst type of company that sells hope. If a company is engaging in the process, they're all equally bad. That's the way that I see it. They may all be equally bad, but the two other types of hope that I personally have experience with buying are through higher education and dating apps, and I'd reckon most of you have similar experiences. Higher education sells you the hope that after you graduate, you'll have a stable job and earn enough money to provide for your family. It's so good at selling you this idea that most of us in Gen Z are 6 figures in debt because of it. I myself am lucky. I'm only in the 5-figure range. These colleges are getting away with fucking murder. Even if you declare bankruptcy, you'll still be expected to pay off those damn student loans. And K-12 education is effectively grooming you to get absolutely financially shafted by these colleges. And I'd argue they're just as bad as P. Diddy. Both of them love to absolutely fuck young people. And then on top of that, they'll blackmail you if you don't do what they want. If you don't pay those student loans, good luck having any credit or any buying power in the United States of America. And I'm sure you can imagine what happens to people when they don't listen to P. Diddy. I don't gotta go too in depth there. And then there's dating apps. Dating apps. Oh, how I absolutely fucking hate your existence. You lure people in with promises of love, compassion, family, and soul searching. If you swipe right enough times, you may just find your soulmate, the love of your life, the yin to your yang. Just like the rope attached to my neck, you'll find a true connection. Psych! The fuck were you thinking? Are you for real? What are dating apps in reality? They're ego strokers for some, while being the direct cause of someone else's depression. Anecdotally, in college, the boys and I downloaded Tinder, for fun of course, and we used it for about a week. Some of us were absolutely drowning in it, brother. Match after match, conversation after conversation, date after date. Me, on the other hand, not one match. And I don't blame Tinder for me being ugly, I blame my parents for that one. But I will say, it definitely didn't feel good to know that I'm the only one who's probably gonna die alone. And logically, you know it's an algorithm, and you know that you'll probably find love somewhere, but dating apps kind of have this charm and allure to them that just pulls you in. Or maybe they just did that for me. Maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic. And ultimately, they aren't even used to find love, or anything even remotely close to it. They're used for hookups, that's just about it. And if you do manage to find love on one, go buy yourself a lottery ticket, you might just win. I think a productive use of the rest of our time together would be to try to find ways to use this concept in our own day-to-day lives, but ideally without the unnecessary harm that it induces to an inevitable victim. And that's a tough one. How do you sell hope without victimizing the person that you're selling the hope to? It's actually kind of simple. You follow through. Imagine if dating apps really led to finding soulmates. What about if colleges guaranteed their graduates jobs? I think it's really as simple as that. It's about the follow through and fulfilling that side of the promise, that obligation to your customer or client. It's about the follow through. So I challenge you in your own life to go and sell hope and follow through with that hope. Don't just give someone hope, but give someone hope and let them feel the joy of actually following through and getting the result. Go make some money by being a good person, and I don't know the best way to do that. You gotta be creative with that one. But let me know. Just write a comment about something good you did in your life. It doesn't have to be today, and you don't have to do it every day. But do something that'll help someone. And I think if we all do something like that, the world will just keep on being a better place. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the video, let me know what your thoughts and concerns are with this video, and if you like it, smash that like button, and let me know what you want me to talk about next. It's been Astrality, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.